Hey everyone, welcome to the Sports Guy Mike Show on KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. We're coming to you today live from the Wobbly Olive, 3317 Cinema Point Drive. Make sure you come down here. Great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. We love being down here. And we got a great show for you coming up. With me as always, Sheree, sportsbyshe.com. How you doing today?
I'm good.
You good?
I'm good.
All right. And of course, the former NFL running back himself, the man, the myth, the legend, because he's got a trademark on it.
Yeah.
Chris Brewer, how you doing, my man?
I'm good, baby.
You good?
Yeah, ready to go.
Ready to go. So let's just get right to it. We always come upon this time of year, Midsummer Classic, Major League Baseball All Stars, and this year it's going to be at Great American Ballpark in Cincinnati, Ohio, and the All Star Game and the Home Run Derby, all that good stuff that always encompasses the Midsummer Classic. Now, I know I'm a big baseball guy. I know you're not a huge baseball fan, but we're working on it.
Thanks to you.
We're working on that.
Thanks to you.
We're trying to.
following.
We're trying to get you there. Well, the big topic for me is this: in 2003, what happened was they changed it. They changed that whoever wins the All Star Game gets home field advantage for the World Series. So, I guess my big question for you guys is: do you think that maybe they're taking football and basketball with home court and home field and trying to translate it into baseball, where basically it doesn't really matter in baseball? Because I have some interesting facts for you that will probably tell you otherwise. So do you think home field advantage in baseball, okay, is really that big of a deal? Do you really think that whoever wins the All-Star Game really makes a difference?
My opinions about that is totally different. As far as the home field advantage,
Right.
In baseball, I don't think it's that much of a factor as it is in other sports, but definitely still could be a factor.
Crowd.
Right.
Altitude. Yeah, altitude. Yeah, especially out here.
Right.
Comfortability.
Right.
You know, your fans, things of that nature. What about you, Chris?
Well, it used to be a real factor
before
interleague play. And so they added interleague play. And now that it took away from the All-Star Game.
Mm-hmm.
But I like interleague play, so don't cancel that out.
Okay.
Keep the interleague play. But because this was the one time, the midseason classic, that we had a chance to see each other play, see the players play against each other, American League, National League. And the only other time you're going to see it again is at the World Series. So it made it special. But by having interleague play, kind of takes the shine off of it a little bit. So the direct answer to the question is it really doesn't matter, but because these guys have come up through the ranks, they've been on trains and buses, and now they get to travel, nice and comfortable, and the travel time is not that important to a baseball player. They play, 162 games?
Yeah.
Come
on.
on.
It's a long season.
Yeah, it's a long season. So, one game here, one game there. It's not I don't think it matters as much.
Right.
But I'm not a baseball player.
Right.
So
you're a football player.
Yeah, so, I don't know how strenuous that is.
Well, we can also look at things like, so many years ago when they really didn't take planes. They didn't have the money. Night games were only a thing come in the 60s.
Right.
Late 50s, early 60s, when, night games even became a factor. Everybody used to play during the day.
Right.
And then everybody started traveling by planes and stuff. So really getting to these games isn't as big of a deal as it used to be. But let me tell you this, over the past decade, Major League teams have produced a .542 winning percentage playing at home. That translates a swing of 14 victories over 162 games.
Okay.
So obviously the home field advantage.
They almost break even.
I mean, at least during the season, it's not that big of a deal. Each of the last 4 championships have gone to the home team. 7 of the 10 played since 2002 All-Star debacle have been won by the same league that triumphed in the Midsummer Classic. So 7 out of the last 10. So you look at during the season, it's really not that big of a factor.
Right.
Where you think it would be. But during the World Series, it obviously has an effect.
Well, I don't know.
If it's 7 out of 10 in the World Series,
right?
But during the regular season,
but the games are more spread out.
14 out of 162. home field advantage doesn't really matter.
Right. But
It obviously matters in the bigger game.
in the
big
games
dance.
in the World Series, the games are more spread out too.
Sure.
So guys have more time to rest, and if the more time you have to rest, now you get your rotating pitchers involved.
Right.
So your ace could pitch up to 3 times.
Right.
So that's probably the major factor, more so than home field advantage.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
Now, some people that were left off, I have to say this, some people that were left off, and for those of you that don't know, Major League All Stars are always calculated by the voters.
Right.
Ballots at the, ballots
first-
at the
the
stadium.
first team, yeah.
Right. So it's not really of who's the best players going to the All Star game.
Right.
It's who's the most popular. So A-Rod was snubbed this year, which, being a Yankee fan, as much as I really, I've never liked the guy off the field, he's playing phenomenal. You know what I mean? He's part of, a 3,000 hit club. I mean, this is a guy that's playing out of his mind, and he was snubbed. Why? Because he's not popular.
Right.
Okay.
It's a big, big difference on being good than obviously being popular when it comes to this. Yoenis Cespedes, who plays for Detroit now, he was left off the ballot. This is a guy that has won 2 back-to-back home run derbies. He won the year before and last year.
Right.
And he's going to be in it, hopefully, this year. And if he wins, he'll be the only one to have ever won it 3 times in a row.
There's been very few multiple, yeah.
Very
Right.
few.
So
on
Rare air.
the, on the topic of the home run derby, is it something you watch?
Well, let me slow down just a bit,
Okay.
because I didn't grow up with baseball.
Okay.
We didn't have the Rockies came in what, 92?
92.
Right. So before that, I had the Cubs, who used to come on WGN,
Right?
and then I had
Who can't ever win.
right. And so it was
Just
good.
saying.
It was good to be a Cubs fan,
Right.
Just back then, growing up, because they were the sad sack Cubs.
Yeah.
And my other favorite team was the Brewers.
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, so I mean, I could wear Brewer gear. Right. So now you're getting close to me now. We
Yeah,
don't
right,
have
I
We're going to talk about DeAndre Jordan later.
Right.
But don't. Yeah. Anyway, I'm real interested on how you feel about your boy not getting. You just said it,
A-Rod?
but coming back, and it looks like the fans embraced him. But you grew up a Yankees fan.
I actually, somebody else that was snubbed, and it's not just me, it's writers from sportingnews.com, ESPN. A lot of these guys kind of agree with the way I feel. I also think Brett Gardner, who's playing very well for
Right.
the Yankees, he was snubbed as well. It's a great outfield. Guy steals bases, he can hit, RBIs. I mean, he's a complete player.
So are we just hating?
Another one.
Are we hating the Yankees right now? Is this the
I
era
think
of
it's
the
been
hate
like
the
that for
Yankees?
years. I mean,
Right.
look, I'm in my 40s, and my entire life, growing up in the Bronx and growing up outside of the Bronx, being in New York for the good part of my life and the good part of my growing up, once I left New York, I realized just how many people don't like my Yankees.
Right.
Like a lot of people.
Like
So-
everybody outside
Yeah.
of
Right.
New York.
Right.
But now should that correlate into these guys not getting voted in? Obviously it does, or else A-Rod would be in.
Right.
Brett Gardner, I think, is just a name that not a lot of people outside of New York really know. They're starting to learn who he is.
Okay.
You know what I mean? But again, if you're not known and you're not popular enough, you're not getting voted in.
Derek Jeter never had that problem. The captain.
The only time, and the funny thing about Derek Jeter is, before we go to break, Derek Jeter was even voted in when he was injured, and they knew he couldn't
never
play.
had that problem.
And they still voted the guy in.
Right. So it's kind
Jeter's
of weird.
never ever had that problem.
Yeah.
But then again, how many other people in sports do you know that's never had off the field issues, never put his hands on a woman, never got a DUI? I mean, how many guys
No
can you
steroids.
For 20 years.
for 20 years
I know a lot
with
of
the
people
same team
with a 30-day career. Sure. That I can name.
Sure.
But for 20 years, this
Yeah.
guy
20
has
years.
been as clean as a whistle.
Look, he has always been the epitome of what you hope your kids will grow up to be like, as far if they ever get to that escalade of being a professional ball player. You hope that that's what your kids
Derek is
are
one
like.
of the most popular names in sports.
I was about to say,
Because people are naming their kids Derek.
After Jeter.
Derek Jeter is a brand.
Yes.
He doesn't necessarily carry that Yankee stigma
Right.
with him. I mean, he's on brand the Jordan brand. I
brand.
mean, so that alone,
Yeah.
you know, will take him away from that Yankee stigma.
You didn't have to be a Bull. You don't have to be a Bulls fan to still wear Jordan gear.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I think too with Derek Jeter too, it was, you know, Charles Barkley did that thing. I don't want to be your kid's role model. Remember that big Nike commercial he
Right.
did or whatever?
I'm not agree. Yeah,
For me, it was like you could look at Derek Jeter and you didn't mind if your kids looked up to him as a role model. You didn't mind. You know what I mean? You don't ever want your kids to look up at some of these professional athletes because all you have to do is go on any website and find one of them that's done something stupid. And we're going
Right.
to talk about that later in the show when we get to our social segment. But Derek Jeter was always that guy that wasn't it wasn't a problem to say, sure, you can look up to him. He could be. But then again, you always want, especially your sons, you want your sons, you to be their role model, is what you're hoping. Doesn't always turn out that way, but that's what you're hoping. And if you need somebody, Derek Jeter was always there.
Well, parents should raise kids.
Sure.
Not
Not sports
athletes.
figures.
not
Yeah.
athletes or movie stars or
yeah.
anybody else. You know,
Agreed.
parents should raise kids.
I agree. All right. Stick around. Sports Guy Mike Show, KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. When we get back, what are we going to talk about? We're going to talk about sibling rivalries in sports. A great topic. So stick around. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
Are you looking for great food, great drinks, and great atmosphere? Well, do I have the place for you? The Wobbly Olive, located at 3317 Cinema Point Drive. Join them for their Sunday brunch, Wind Down Wednesdays. Get something from their award-winning menu. The Wobbly Olive has been nominated for Best New Restaurant by the Gazette, as well as the Colorado Springs Independent. So come down to the Wobbly Olive and have a great time at 3317 Cinema Point Drive. You can also check them out online at wobblyolive.com.
Does just looking at energy drinks give you the jitters like Jimmy here? Well, now there's a better option, Bulletproof energy drinks. Bulletproof is the world's best tasting all-natural energy drink with no preservatives, no artificial flavors or colors, and we use real sugar. Not to mention 5 cents of every can sold goes to the Fisher House, helping wounded troops and their families. 9 out of 10 people prefer the great taste of Bulletproof energy. The other guy, we're not sure, but he might be here to take over the world. Don't be like Jittery Jimmy. Go out and get yourself a Bulletproof energy drink or visit us at bulletproofenergy.com.
Pete Jennings won over $2 million playing fantasy sports at DraftKings.com. He's off living the high life right now, but we've got the next best thing. Puppets. Hi, I'm Pete Jennings. I won over $2 million thanks to DraftKings.com. And now I've got all this money. You know, you can even play DraftKings one-day games with your season-long team for even bigger prizes. Of course! That's how I got so rich I can do this! Yay! Wow. Being super rich is awesome. Yep. And DraftKings.com makes it possible to get your share of giant cash prizes and huge contests. Hey, babe. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires.
Use promo code SGM to play and get free entry in the Millionaire Maker event. Winner gets $1 million.
For too many parents, a baby's first steps aren't just a milestone, they're a miracle. A miracle made possible by volunteers like you, who walk and raise money in March for Babies. The money you raise funds research and local programs that help babies overcome the challenges of premature birth and birth defects. Together, our steps make stronger, healthier babies a reality for thousands of families. Sign up.
I'm Ludwig Alvarez, owner and operator of House of Group Professional DJs. We specialize in weddings, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, military, and corporate events. When hiring a DJ, remember you aren't paying for what they do, but for what they know. With over 25 years combined experience, we are sure to please any crowd. So call us at 719-937-6535 or houseofgroovedj.com. 719-937-6535 or houseofgroovedj.com.
Welcome back to the Sports Guy Mike Show on KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. Colorado's family station. We're coming to you live from the Wobbly Olive, 3317 Cinema Point Drive. I'll get it right.
Yeah.
I did drive here, so we're good. We're coming to you live. We want to thank Sean and Inez Fitzgerald for allowing us to shoot from their beautiful establishment. Make sure you get down here. Great food, unbelievable drinks, great atmosphere. Get down here. It's a great place. Okay, so what we're going to talk about is sibling rivalries.
Okay.
You're like, who? And in lieu of Venus and Serena, in the earlier part of the week, they faced off in Wimbledon, and of course, Serena won. So that was kind of my thought process behind this conversation, because there's so many people really forget some of them. Like, off the top of your head, the first one you're going to think of is who?
Serena and Venus.
Okay.
Right.
And then after that, you think of Eli and Peyton.
Right.
Because they're right there. They're topical. They're
Current.
They're current. So I just wanted to tell you that who do you think has gotten the best between Venus and Serena? Who do you think's won more?
Serena.
Okay, but by how many? Do you think it's a lot, a little?
By 4.
If you had to guess.
By 4. I
4.
know that as a fact.
Okay.
And with that, even though Serena and I
Serena
think has been better.
15 to 11.
To 11. By 4. Yeah. But
So Serena hasn't done all that bad.
Venus,
Or Venus, excuse me.
But
Venus hasn't done
Venus-
all that bad.
she's done great because no one has that kind of record on Venus.
Right.
On Serena.
On Serena.
I know, it's like,
I'll get you guys straight.
Get it straight. But you understand what I'm saying.
Sure.
She's had the most success, Venus,
Against-
over Serena.
Yeah.
No one else has had that kind
Right.
of success over,
Correct.
and considering, she's the
well,
older
Serena
sister.
is very dominant in the world of tennis. We know
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
And,
probably the best ever.
It's,
I mean,
it's not a probably anymore.
yeah, I would probably. I mean, who are you gonna match her up with? Billie Jean King, Chris Evert.
In the early 70s,
I mean,
there's been those that play. But no, okay, so I'm not getting.
I mean,
to
what is
this
she
one.
on, 20?
I'm gonna give Venus.
She's
hers.
on 20.
Right, and she's done the Venus. She's on her second Venus Slam, so I'll give Venus
Serena.
hers.
Serena is.
Serena.
Okay, so
Get
we'll move on so that you don't get tongue-tied.
because we're gonna mess that up.
Yeah.
It's over.
Venus'
go
career
ahead.
started earlier than Serena. In the early part of their careers, Serena,
Dominated.
look at me, Venus,
Now we got you doing
The
it.
older sister.
right,
The older
Venus
sister.
was the better tennis player.
Sure.
But Serena, over the course of, almost 20 years now, has become the better tennis
So
player.
we can easily say that Venus inspired Serena. It pushed her to that
Absolutely.
level. of
Serena
being the-
will say
being
that
the-
too.
Being the player that she is today.
You know,
Speaking of
honestly,
She actually did say that
Really?
recently after they played Monday.
Okay, yeah. See, without question.
they're probably one of the most impressive sibling rivalries. We could say that, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, they directly compete
Sure.
against each other.
Well, they've been doing it since they were kids.
Right. So,
And it's not a team sport.
Right.
You know, they're
Although they
like,
do play doubles, and they do well when they play doubles.
when they do doubles, they dominate.
Now you know that they've only played against each other once in doubles, where they each had different partners. It was a male and female, and male.
Yeah.
and
Mixed
female.
doubles.
right.
Oh.
So, and I believe Venus got the best of Serena on
I
that.
believe so too.
So, yeah, you're talking June 17th, 1980 for Venus, and Serena was born September 26th, 1981.
Okay.
So really not that,
Right.
It's
less than 2
people
years.
think for some reason that Venus is so much older than Serena, and she's not.
Right.
So I just wanted to fix that for those of you that didn't know. All right, so if you could think of some other sibling rivalries, who would you throw out there? Not Eli, not Peyton, because we know that tale.
My favorite sibling rivalry is Reggie and Cheryl Miller.
That's a great one.
That's my favorite.
It's on the list.
Because
It's on the list.
Cheryl is arguably the greatest women's basketball player ever. So we're talking their rivalries.
I don't know. I'm still going with Nancy Lieberman. Though.
I'm gonna argue that
She's in the
too.
She's in the Naismith Hall. of Fame.
Arguably,
Right.
okay, but those two battle more so history and in the family than directly against each other.
Yeah.
And we're talking about team sports. There's a great story where Reggie scored 50 one night, and Cheryl scored 100. You know, and so Reggie was all
Doubled him
proud. Yeah, he had his chest out. You know, Dad, I got 50 tonight. You know, and Cheryl and
But
the
you
dad.
can tell when you see the two of them
Right.
together that even now in their 40s, they're still like, you know what I mean?
Well,
that is some rivalry between
Yeah,
those
she's
two.
Cheryl's a little bit older than that because I watched her play in college.
Yeah.
I'll just leave it at that.
Okay.
I didn't even think about brother and sister.
Yeah,
You know, I'm all,
Yeah.
it's one of the rare.
Brother, brother, sister.
Yeah,
right,
brother,
right.
sister. But that's
Yeah.
one of the rare where they actually really compete against each other from a history standpoint, from
Yes.
Hall of Fame standpoint.
Right, yeah, because my siblings are brothers, you know, so I didn't think about that one.
Yeah.
One of the ones that came to mind was either Rondé and Tiki
Yes. It's on the list
Barber
too.
or
It's a good one.
the Klitschko's.
Yes.
in boxing,
that's on,
but-
that's on my list too.
They never fought each other and never will.
No, they won't.
They say they never will, which in boxing you can pretty much pick your opponent, so.
Vladimir and Vitaly Klitschko.
Yeah.
And Vladimir's been the heavyweight champ now for what, 10 years? He's
Yeah.
been undefeated. So yeah, he is actually in my honorable mention down here, along with Benji Jose and Yadier Molina, all brothers, all catchers in the Major League Baseball. How crazy is that? 3 brothers are all catchers.
All catchers, yeah, I saw that.
I mean, that's just nuts. Another one of my favorites, and this kind of is going to date me to nobody's end, but is Leon and Michael Spinks.
Yeah.
Fighters, boxers. You
An
got
orthodontic stream.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Talk about guys that are missing some teeth. Rob and Rex Ryan.
Yeah,
Coaches.
I love that one. I love that one. They help each other, but they definitely
They battle,
are.
too.
They battle.
Speaking of coaches, what about Harbros?
Yes.
You
Even
know,
though
Jim.
one is back in college now.
Right.
Jim is back in college. John is coach of the Baltimore Ravens, as we all know. Jeremy and Jason Giambi is another one. But this one, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because one of these brothers just scored a 5-year, $110 million contract.
Okay.
And that's Marc Gasol. So Powell and Marc Gasol,
Good one.
brothers as well. Mark just got paid.
Yeah.
He's about to get paid from Memphis.
Yeah.
So, that's
well deserving. Well deserving right
honestly, when you're a franchise like Memphis, you need to keep as many big-time players as you can, because it's not like anybody's really trying to get down to Memphis and play for the
Are you trying to
Grizzlies.
change the subject?
Just saying.
Because by our Knicks,
It's called correlation, kind of like coordinate. Correlation.
Our Knicks and the Lakers can't find a player.
I know. I don't even want to get into
Yeah,
that.
so
let's
if you
stick.
wanna-
Let's stick to sibling rivalries.
Let's stay,
here.
because
Yeah.
now. Who's a better ball player, Powell or Mark?
Well, it depends on what you're talking about. If you say championships, you have to give it to Powell because
Right.
Right.
he's got 2 with the Lakers.
Right.
Mark has none. But at the end of the day, Mark's getting paid.
So who's better, Eli or Peyton?
Postseason, I'll take Eli.
Right.
Because
Regular season, I will take Peyton.
yeah, because
One's got 2.
Eli's got 2.
One's got 2, one's got 1, and he's got some of the best regular season numbers of any quarterback of all time.
Yeah.
So, yeah, regular season, I'll take Peyton. Postseason,
I've
playoffs, I'm taking Eli.
I've always
Sorry.
argued Eli is better than Peyton, but they have a younger brother that's better than both of them.
Actually, the only other brother they have is he's older than.
They have a younger brother as well.
Okay, come up. Yeah.
You gotta tell me because I just watched the.
Back it up.
I can't think of his name,
I just
but
watched
they have
the
a
SEC Peyton,
Story.
the Manning
Story,
story,
SEC story.
and there were no other brothers. Eli is the youngest.
No, they have a younger
Okay.
brother.
We'll
check it out during the break.
Because we don't know what Archie was doing in New Orleans. That's how rumors get started.
You never know.
Yeah.
You never know.
Yeah,
Okay,
Archie's a good guy, though.
Some other honorable mentions before we go to break. Rob and Scott Niedermeyer both played in the NHL. They both came together and ended up playing on the Anaheim Duck team in 2007 and won the Stanley Cup together.
Yeah.
Now, how cool is that?
That is cool.
You get to win the
That-
Stanley
yeah.
Cup with your brother.
With your brother.
You grow up nothing but hockey, and then you get to freaking win a Stanley Cup with your brother. That
That's
has
cool.
to be
Yeah.
the epitome. So, okay, cool. All right, Sports Guy Mike Show, KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. We're coming to you live from the Wobbly Olive, Beautiful restaurant down here, 3317 Cinema Point. Get down here. Coming up next, we're going to talk money.
Okay.
We're going to talk a little bit about money, players taking money, taking less money, and we're going to talk about that coming up next. Sports Guy Mike Show. Stick around.
Somebody put Archie on the phone.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I would like to tell you about our small business, Bleacher Creatures. It all started because my dad is a huge sports fan. He loves to go to games and root for his favorite players and teams. We love to play with toys, and my dad tried to find sports toys for our favorite teams. Unfortunately, he couldn't find anything good to play with. Then my dad was inspired by his kids and had an idea. Why not take the great players in sports and turn them into characters? We could take these awesome characters, call them Bleacher Creatures, and turn them into plush toys, partnering with sports leagues and players to bring this idea to life. Now we have Bleacher Creatures selling around the world. We even give our dad ideas for other fun stuff.
Are you looking to refinance or even get a loan to buy your first home? Call Equity Lending Mortgage at 719-475-1072. Equity Lending is the home of hassle-free loans and no surprises at closing. Find VA, FHA, and conventional loans with the lowest rates around. Call 719-475-1072 and ask about how you can get your closing costs paid for. Call 719-475-1072.
Pete Jennings won over $2 million playing fantasy sports at DraftKings.com. He's off living the high life right now, but we've got the next best thing. Puppets. Hi, I'm Pete Jennings. I won over $2 million thanks to DraftKings.com. And now I've got all this money. You know, you can even play DraftKings one-day games with your season-long team for even bigger prizes. Of course! That's how I got so rich I can do this. Yay! Wow, being super rich is awesome. Yep, and DraftKings.com makes it possible to get your share of giant cash prizes and huge contests. Hey, babe. DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires.
Use promo code SGM to play and get free entry in the Millionaire Maker event. Winner gets $1 million.
Because you said yes at the DMV, I'm a national champion and Olympic medalist.
Because you joined online, I can play dress up.
My son is alive because you shared your decision with your family.
Donate Life, Colorado. You have the power to save lives. Register to be an organ and tissue donor at donatelifecolorado.org. Say yes the next time you renew or receive your driver's license. Or call 1-888-256-4386. Donate Life, Colorado.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at Mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back to the Sports Guy Mike Show on KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6, coming to you live from the Wobbly Olive right down here, Cinema Point Drive. Now, they're right next door to the movie theater, so get down here, get some of this great food, great drinks, great atmosphere. You'll love the place. Thanks to Sean and Inez for hosting us today. We appreciate it, as always. So, next topic of conversation is players and money. And the reason I bring this up is because early in the week, David West agreed to a veteran minimum deal to play for the Spurs. Now, he obviously thought that Indiana wasn't going to get the job done, wasn't going to happen, wasn't going to get that ring. So I have to tell you this so that you can put it in perspective, okay? He opted out of a $12.6 million contract, okay? The league minimum is veteran minimum is $1.4 million. So he left $11.2 million on the table. Mm-hmm. It's a lot of money. So is this a Bad move, good move? Do you think more players should be doing this? I mean, what do you think? You love basketball, you like it. Is this a guy that's crazy? Do you call him crazy for leaving that kind of money on the table? I mean, that's like if you made $50,000 a year and someone just set $10 million in front of you and you said, nah, I'm good. Is the guy crazy?
Not necessarily. I always say it's sports business. You know,
it is
all these guys are their own business entity. So when it comes down to that, it's personal preference.
Okay.
I mean, everybody's talking about the Spurs now with the moves that they made. They're going to be tough to beat.
And still have veteran presence.
Right. So for a guy to go chase after a ring and leave money on the table, it has to be a personal decision.
Yeah.
You never know what is his relationship with money either. So
he could be good to go.
Right.
Make some great investments.
Yeah. So, but then on the flip side, you have somebody who I hate to talk about, like Kobe, that took took all this money and left no room for the team to rebuild while he's still there. So again, it comes down to personal preference and what's going on within their personal business.
Right.
So I don't think he's crazy at all. You know, he wants a ring, and he took that risk and left that money to go get that ring.
Should more players, Kay, be like this? Should more players be a little unselfish, if you will?
I don't think so.
No.
I
get the money while you can.
If you want it, go get it. If it's not that important to you, or for whatever reason, then leave it on the table. Somebody else will get it.
Yeah. Somebody else will get that money.
Yeah.
Chris, is he crazy?
As a loony bin. I mean, not just, should more players do this? Not just no, but heck no. Get the money. He's taking a gamble that the San Antonio Spurs, he's gambling himself, are going to win a championship. That's not guaranteed either.
It's $11 million.
But the risk is very minimal compared to going to other teams.
There's a $12 million guarantee. That's $1 million a month.
Yeah.
If he doesn't play the whole year. Take your risk with Indiana.
Right.
You know, Golden State was 25-1 last year to win the NBA title. And they won it.
Right.
If you're going to take a risk and the money. Always get the money.
Yeah?
Always get the money. I know I sound like a player. Always get the money because the owners are going to get theirs. All right? And they're going to give the money to somebody.
Well, we've talked about that too, the whole lottery thing, Chris. We've talked about that. You get your lottery ticket, you cash it in, you get your one big payday, especially in the NFL. NBA, a little bit different.
Mm-hmm.
You know, contracts are structured different. You can get more than one big payday in the NBA, unlike in the NFL. But I think he's gotten a couple paydays, has he not?
No, he's made over $88 million in his career.
I mean, it's not completely crap crazy,
and he's invested well.
He's had to.
So
you know,
he's not in it at this point in his career for the money. $10 million, $12 million is still $12 million. If he doesn't want it, there's a lot of organizations that can use it. You know, I mean, get the money, use it, give it to your kids. Somebody's gonna. You can't take it with you. You gotta get that.
Sure.
So leave it to somebody who can use it. That's $12 million that he just left off the table. That there's no guarantee that he's gonna get a ring, because Golden State's still coming back. You know, the Clippers are still, trying to edge their bets. Everybody else is trying to do better. You know, Dallas, everybody's trying to do better in the West.
Sure.
And so
you have to. The West is so dominant.
Right. But get your money. You have a better chance of getting to the finals in the East than you do. I know you're staring at LeBron. But
Indiana will be there.
You have a better chance of getting to the finals in the East.
Hibbert's got to be healthy. There's a lot of things in Indiana. I kind of see his point. I kind of see where he's going.
Okay.
Just because of the caliber of the teams are completely different. Much more veteran talent, much more guys on San Antonio that have already been there, and they know what it takes to get to that final stage. Right. Whereas the guys in Indiana are still struggling. Mm-hmm. Granted, there's talent there. I'm not saying that there's no talent.
Yeah.
But end all be all, if you're trying to get a ring, I mean, why not go with the guys that already have rings,
And see now,
and a coach that knows what it takes to get done. And to me, being a coach of junior high kids in basketball, there's nothing more important in the NBA. I don't care who you are. It's the coaching.
Right.
You know, Travis and I were talking about it before the show. All these guys leaving Denver have now moved on. Mozgov got to the finals with Cleveland. Iguodala won the MVP, won a ring.
J.R. Smith.
So J.R. Smith, obviously there was talent here in Colorado, but the coaching staff just didn't know what to do with it.
okay, well, we talked about the lottery earlier.
Yes.
You just brought it up. If you won the lottery, let's say you got, you know, and I've said this 1,000 times. Let's say you got $1 million.
Mm-hmm.
That's $100,000 a year for 10 years. And Uncle Sam wants half.
Sure.
So you're down to $50,000 a year for 10 years. That's not a lot of money. Ask me how I know. All right. So when you start counting what money, so he's made $88 million.
Sure. It's a boatload of money.
Uncle Sam wants $40 million.
Right.
You know, somewhere in that vicinity.
Sure.
So and they're not like the owners where they can really, you know, manipulate their money because they're getting a paycheck.
Sure.
It's a difference. So the money doesn't stretch as much as you think it might. It's not the same impact, but you can make a big impact in your community with $12 million guaranteed.
So what you're saying is maybe
and
he should have taken it and donated it then?
Right.
And did good with
Whatever.
it?
Buy a ring.
Pay it forward?
buy a beautiful
Buy a ring.
ring.
I like that.
Anything. But it really.
But don't leave it there.
It hurts. It hurts a lot of guys who are trying to get the money now. And there's just another thing. We're always talking about, you know, guys just moving around just to get a ring.
Right.
You know, they're forming their own dynasties. You know.
Sure.
Stay with the team you're with. You know, and battle.
You know, that's another thing, though. That's something so far removed, though.
It's so far
that.
removed with the free agency, but battle with the team you're with. You know, battle the team, the fans that loved you and brought you in, or whatever the case may be. Battle, you know, that's a thing of the past now. But battle with the team you're with. You know, let's see if we can get this done.
Yeah.
Don't.
So you think he's crazy?
He punked out. He punked out. He said, I can't get a ring with Indiana. So I'm going to cut all my guys. You know, like when you're on the court. See,
right.
It used to be a time when you're on the court, back in the day, if you won, you stayed on the court.
Right.
You know, and if
who got next?
Who's got next? So, but if my boys are not, if I came there with my boys and we're not winning, I'm not going to cut my boys and just go play. Oh, I'm going to get with that team, and that does happen. A lot of guys says, you know, I'm the best. You guys, even though I roll with you, I'm not going to die with you.
But you know that's the guys that stay with teams year after year after year. It's a dying breed.
Yeah.
We all know that. If you were a former player, you know that guys will take off to get the ring, and he's the perfect example. And for him, the ring is worth.
The ring is the thing.
It's worth $12 million to him.
I don't know him. For him, obviously, it was very personal because he was talking about $11 million difference that he says, this is that important to me. I don't mind spending $11 million for it. But for everybody else who's listening, I got 2 sons who played, and I got 2 more that might play. Tell him to get the money.
Get paid. That's how you see the bottom line.
Pay that man.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Keep the money. Keep the money. All right. Sports Guy Mike Show, KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. Stick around. Our social segment is coming up next. We'll be right back.
Because you said yes at the DMV, I'm a national champion and Olympic medalist.
Because you joined online, I can play dress up.
My son is alive because you shared your decision with your family.
Donate Life, Colorado. You have the power to save lives. Register to be an organ and tissue donor at donatelifecolorado.org. Say yes the next time you renew or receive your driver's license. Or call 1-888-256-43.
For too many parents, a baby's first steps aren't just a milestone. They're a miracle. A miracle made possible by volunteers like you who walk and raise money in March for Babies. The money you raise funds research and local programs that help babies overcome the challenges of premature birth and birth defects. Together, our steps make stronger, healthier babies a reality for thousands of families. Sign up today.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Does just looking at energy drinks give you the jitters like Jimmy here? Well, now there's a better option, Bulletproof energy drinks. Bulletproof is the world's best tasting all-natural energy drink with no preservatives, no artificial flavors or colors, and we use real sugar. Not to mention 5 cents of every can sold goes to the Fisher House, helping wounded troops and their families. 9 out of 10 people prefer the great taste of Bulletproof energy. The other guy, we're not sure, but he might be here to take over the world. Don't be like Jittery Jimmy. Go out and get yourself a Bulletproof energy drink or visit us at bulletproofenergy.com.
Are you looking for great food, great drinks, and great atmosphere? Well, do I have the place for you? The Wobbly Olive, located at 3317 Cinema Point Drive. Join them for their Sunday brunch, Wine Down Wednesdays. Get something from their award-winning menu. The Wobbly Olive has been nominated for Best New Restaurant by the Gazette, as well as the Colorado Springs Independent. So come down to the Wobbly Olive and have a great time at 3317 Cinema Point Drive. You can also check them out online at wobblyolive.com.
Are you looking to refinance or even get a loan to buy your first home? Call Equity Lending Mortgage at 719-475-1072. Equity Lending is the home of hassle-free loans and no surprises at closing. Find VA, FHA, and conventional loans with the lowest rates around. Call 719-475-1072 and ask about how you can get your closing costs paid for. Call 719-475-1072.
Welcome back to the Sports Guy Mike Show on KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6, coming to you from the Wobbly Olive down here, beautiful Colorado Springs. So this is the segment that we like to get social, talk a little bit about what's going on in the world of sports and social media, kind of, I guess. And recently, a story came out about Florida State quarterback DeAndre Johnson, and a video surfaced of an altercation that he had with a woman in a nightclub. And just recently, a couple days ago, Jimbo Fisher came out and dismissed him from the team. Now, you can go to SportsGuyMike.com, and we have the video and the whole story up there, and you can go check that out. But like we were talking during the break, you've seen the video.
Yes.
Chris, you've seen the video. The dismissal, was that enough? Should something happen in college football? Does something need to be, like, do we need to change anything, or is the dismissal enough? Karen?
It's too much.
You think it's too much?
In my opinion.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well, please enlighten us and our audience.
In these situations, after reading these stories and watching the video, yes, this young man was charged with battery.
He did hit her.
I think it's going to either be dismissed or dropped. So I think.
Why is that? Because Florida State is so big, or the case itself?
Because of the case itself.
Okay.
I lost my train of thought.
Do you think it doesn't have enough merit to hold up in court? Because if you
exactly.
haven't seen the video, go watch the video. You can see it on SportsGuyMike.com. They're in the club. He's trying to get to the bar.
Right.
And I guess she need him as he's trying to finagle his way to the bar.
But there was contact even before that from her. You know, I don't know if she was inebriated.
Yeah, and we don't know because there's no audio.
Or
it's
whatnot.
just straight
But
video.
if you watch the video, this happens in nightclubs often.
All the time.
I work in nightclubs, so this happens. But you can see that she provoked him.
She took a swing at him
quite a few times even before the swing, even before he grabbed her arms, even before she turned around, she was provoking him.
You could kind of see the look in her face, like she was irritated, and
Right.
she had her hand up like this.
When she finally turned around.
And then he initially put his hand on her wrist because I'm sure he felt threatened, like she was gonna swing at him. And you can see he puts his hand on her wrist and then lets go of it, and then she
She
subsequently
needs
takes a
him
swing.
and then swings at him, and she put herself in that position. I mean, you cannot disrespect somebody like that and not have somebody react to something like that.
But
so you're calling it self-defense more so than?
Yes, he has actually hasn't really defended himself. He turned
himself in.
He has
with no
taken
problems.
responsibility. He wants to learn from this experience, but from me as a fan, as somebody who's watching this video, I don't think he was in the wrong. I don't, and that's why I think FSU.
And that's coming from a woman's perspective.
Right. I'm not saying that he should have put his hands on her,
right.
But because of the circumstances of what happened, I don't think he was wrong. And that's why I think FSU got ahead of themselves. At some point in time, these rules and regulations have to protect
everybody.
Right. We
Not
can't
just the females, what you're saying?
can't just say, oh, here's a man putting his hands on a woman and automatically make her a victim.
Done.
Yeah.
And I understand that, and you make a very valid point, and I agree with you. But I also agree with you is he shouldn't have hit a woman. Period. End of story. From my perspective.
That's
the way
my
I
perspective
feel.
as well.
Never put your hand on a woman. I personally, the minute and this is where I'm different. She would have reeled back like this. I wouldn't have had time to put my hand on her wrist because I would have got out of there. The minute I would have heard yap 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 and whatever was going on between the two of them, it wouldn't have gotten to me standing there, putting my hand on her wrist to keep her hand from hitting me. It would have been me walking away and getting out of that situation.
Why did these guys that are in these situations with these so-called victims, because these women are not necessarily always the victim or in the right, why do they always got to be the bigger person?
Well, it goes back to Ray Rice, too. Ray Rice, remember? She came at him. I mean, did she deserve to get knocked clean out? No. Put to sleep.
I'm not laughing at the fact she got knocked out.
No,
but it just sounds so ridiculous.
These instances are very similar. Because she provoked him and she put her hands on him first, just like Ray Rice's now wife did. This is the same situation.
I've got a whole new twist on it.
Okay.
For one, as football players, professional athletes, basketball players, you name, or boxers, even a better example. We should never put our hands on a female or a child. Now we're back to Adrian Peterson. Because when our moms spanked us, they were our moms, but they don't carry the force that a man carries.
That a grown man.
Especially professional athletes carry.
Sure.
Just by the shoe. So we have to really educate ourselves and really think about it. I had to laugh earlier because I had a woman who literally kicked my butt once because I didn't hit her back.
What?
Of course, but she had free reign. But I probably was in the wrong. But that's a whole nother story.
Younger days.
In a century, a long time ago. In a galaxy far, far away.
Right.
Anyway, I'm a totally different man today. But the fact of the matter is, here's the real crux of the whole story. They're in a bar. It's late. And I haven't been in Florida in about 5 years, but he's 19.
Yes.
He's a freshman.
Yeah.
What in the heck is he doing in the bar?
That was the point I was going to bring up because
why is he even there?
And the other thing is too, not just that he was 19. What was he doing in a bar?
You put yourself in a very bad situation, and there's very few things you can have a good time at a bar. You can have a good time at a club.
Club is going to be in for too for him being in there.
But see, football.
It could be 18 and up.
Could be.
It could be 18.
But last I checked,
more than likely.
Last I checked, alcohol cannot in the federal, by the feds. You have to be 21 to drink alcohol.
Yes.
But
you can still be in an establishment that serves alcohol
and be with a big old black X on your hand.
Yeah, you could. But my point is, there's
we don't know if he was drinking or not.
Here's what's going to happen. Here's what's going to happen to all athletes. We have to. athletes, your son, our younger people coming up have to watch themselves more than ever. They got to stay away from crazies. Cray. Okay, you got to stay away from crazies.
Cameras are everywhere.
You've got to protect yourself. You can't just party like they did in 1930, 1940, and no cameras in 1980.
You had to wait for the news to come out in the newspaper the next day.
It's going to come out. And so now athletes, college on up, high school probably, have to check themselves even more so, have to behave themselves above and beyond just because. We talked earlier about role models, Derek Jeter. In the year of cameras, he's clean.
Yeah.
So
he never put himself in that position.
There you go.
These kids are going to have to be a little more careful. All right, stick around. Sports Guy Mike Show, KWHS TV 51. When we get back, we'll wrap up the show. Stick around.
Does just looking at energy drinks give you the jitters like Jimmy here? Well, now there's a better option, Bulletproof energy drinks. Bulletproof is the world's best tasting all-natural energy drink with no preservatives, no artificial flavors or colors, and we use real sugar. Not to mention 5 cents of every can sold goes to the Fisher House, helping wounded troops and their families. 9 out of 10 people prefer the great taste of Bulletproof energy. The other guy, we're not sure, but he might be here to take over the world. Don't be like Jittery Jimmy. Go out and get yourself a Bulletproof energy drink or visit us at bulletproofenergy.com.
Hi, my name is Maya, and I would like to tell you about our small business, Bleacher Creatures. It all started because my dad is a huge sports fan. He loves to go to games and root for his favorite players and teams. We love to play with toys, and my dad tried to find sports toys for our favorite teams. Unfortunately, he couldn't find anything good to play with. Then my dad was inspired by his kids and had an idea. Why not take the great players in sports and turn them into characters? We could take these awesome characters, call them Bleacher Creatures, and turn them into plush toys, partnering with sports leagues and players to bring this idea to life. Now we have Bleacher Creatures selling around the world. We even give our dad ideas for other fun stuff.
I'm Ludwig Alvarez, owner and operator of Household Group Professional DJs. We specialize in weddings, birthdays, graduations, anniversaries, military, and corporate events. When hiring a DJ, remember you aren't paying for what they do, but for what they know. With over 25 years combined experience, we are sure to please any crowd. So call us at 719-937-6535 or houseofgroovedj.com. 719-937-6535 or houseofgroovedj.com.
Pete Jennings won over $2 million playing fantasy sports at DraftKings.com. He's off living the high life right now, but we've got the next best thing. Puppets.
Hi, I'm Pete Jennings. I won over $2 million thanks to DraftKings.com. And now I've got all this money.
You know, you can even play DraftKings one-day games with your season-long team for even bigger prizes.
Of course! That's how I got so rich I can do this. Yay!
Wow, being super rich is awesome.
Yep, and DraftKings.com makes it possible to get your share of giant cash prizes and huge contests. Hey, babe.
DraftKings.com. Bigger events, bigger winnings, bigger millionaires.
Use promo code SGM to play and get free entry in the Millionaire Maker event. Winner gets $1 million.
Look at me. Hey.
Raymond, look at mommy.
Maybe the light hurts his eyes.
Maybe she's just not hungry. Maybe he can't hear us. Maybe we're not stimulating him enough. Maybe it's a phase.
Avoiding eye contact is one early sign of autism. Learn the others today. The sooner it's diagnosed, the better.
Welcome back to the Sports Guy Mike Show on KWHS TV 51, Comcast Channel 6. Thanks for sticking around. Thanks for watching the show. We appreciate it. Don't forget, we'll be here every Friday night at 6 o'clock. Make sure you tune in to us. Sheree, thanks so much for coming in, as usual. Let everybody know where they can find you on social media.
Everywhere at Karen_Sheree. Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, all of it.
Something I'm still
Twitter.
not really. I'm trying to get that Snapchat.
Periscope.
I just got
All this
Periscope,
stuff.
so I'm trying to get down with the Periscope.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
thank
I'm
you.
gonna get that.
You gonna get that? That's your next app?
Yeah.
Okay.
And,
Chris?
and allow us to wish you a happy birthday.
Yes, happy birthday, my dear.
Thank
As
you.
this airs, it's your birthday.
All
So
my birthday
congratulations.
activities will be on social media,
Uh-oh,
so
there you go.
follow me.
Make sure you go check her out. She's got a big party coming. I'm gonna try to get there.
Okay.
I'm gonna try.
Okay.
Because you know I got the little ones.
Now, but if I make it, you better make it.
Yeah, if you make it, I'll go. You come pick me up and we'll go.
I got you.
Look at that. All right, Chris, where can they find you on social media, buddy?
At Chris M. Brewer 13.
Okay.
Real simple. You can find me on Facebook.
There you go.
Just I'm there.
Type it in.
Type
There
it
you go.
in, I'm there.
Make sure you go to Facebook.com and check us all out over on Facebook. SportsGuyMike.com, where we'll have all the past shows, some great stories, great information. Go check us out. Follow me on Twitter at SportsGuyMike, and you can also follow us, or like us, I should say, on Facebook.com. Just type in the Sports Guy Mike Show.
There you go.
And you'll know where we're at and where we're taping from, so you can come down and hang out with us. Thanks so much for being a part of the show. We'll see you next Friday. Take care.